We are going to need columns for, at least we need column for years, month, and quarters at least. So let's say I want to create a column for year. For example, I'll come here and click on new column. So let's call this year. So year is going to be equals to, I need a function that can go to every row. Remember, I'm within a row context now because I'm inside my data view. So I need a function that will go to every row of this data and look at the date that is there and return the year for me. So look at this date and return the year. Look at this date and return the year. So if we use the year function, for example, I'm going to show you something. If I use the year function, and year asks for a single argument, which is date. Where is my date from? My date is from my calendar table. So I can just type in calendar and select calendar dates. Close this and enter. What happens if I leave it like this is every time I try to use this column in my report, if I go to my report view, and I'm trying to create a report by year, and I just check the box for year like this. So let me just use a table, for example, and I want to do a report by year. So once I check the box for year, what happens is you get the year column summed up. So if I increase the size, so you see that the year column is always going to be summed up every time you try to use it within your report. Which is why instead of having it left like that, what you could do is, so let me just remove this for a second. So what you could do is either manually drag the year and put it under the rows or the columns or wherever you want it for it to give you the behavior you want, which for me is a bit stressful. So you could also instead go back and click on the year column. And under column tools at the top, you see something called summarization, and you can ask it not to summarize. So don't summarize. So now if you leave it like this, every time you check the box for year column, it will always come up like this, right? But to save myself all of this stress, what I typically do is, let me go back to my data view. I try to make this a text rather than a number. So for us to make it a text, I'm going to need a text function in DAX that can look at this date and help me write out the year in the text format. So texts are usually aligned left, numbers are usually aligned right. So that function is called format. So format, and format has two arguments. The first one is the value I'm trying to format. I'm trying to format values on this date, which is inside my calendar table. So calendar dates, comma, and the format I want to use is the format that will help me extract the year from that date. I have to put that in double quotes now. It's YYYY. So that's Y in 4 places. Close the quotes, close the bracket, hit enter.